Are you losing your mind looking at all the different Cambodia visa options and you're wondering which one do I freaking pick, especially the one that I need to get into the Cambodian kingdom and transfer over to a retirement visa? I don't want to pick the wrong one. Well, I'm going to walk you through all the different visa types and I'm going to tell you which one you better avoid to save you time and hassle down the road. Okay? All right. Because I mean, you don't want to get caught in this scenario. Let's go. Okay, now I'm getting ready to drop the T, and I'm not talking information, although it is information, but really what I'm talking about is the tourist visa and why you should not, at all costs, should avoid coming into Cambodia on a tourist visa if you plan to retire here. Now, first of all, why? Well, this is Cambodia's rules and not mine. And the first thing is the tourist visa is not made to be transferred to a retirement visa. It's not the purpose of that. It's not even the purpose to transfer to an ordinary visa, which we're going to get into all of those details later. The main purpose of a tourist visa is, of course, just to come in, check the place out for 30 days. You can extend a tourist visa for another 30 days, but then they want you to leave, okay? And when they say leave, they're serious about that, okay? Because if you overstay your tourist visa, there is a $10 a day penalty. And it is payable when you decide to leave the country, and they're going to catch you. You think they're not going to catch you? I'm sure they will. They have to ask for your passport. They're going to see your visa that's already stamped in there, and if they see that it expired, they're going to be like, okay, well, let's see, you overstayed 30 days, well, you owe us $300 or you can't leave. I mean, I don't think I want to get in a fight with anybody who's like Cambodia military or whatever. I don't know, but I'd rather be the straight person and just, play it by the rules. But yeah, and here's the thing, I mean, you can apply for a tourist visa online as well as an ordinary visa online, but you cannot apply for a retirement visa online. So you want to come in on an ordinary visa or an e-visa. I know this is going to be confusing, but just try to follow me. The e-visa, which we'll get into more details later, is also known as an ordinary visa or a business visa. Tourist visa is a tourist visa. The ER visa is an extension retirement visa. That's what that stands for. So let's say you go online and you're all excited and you're going to Cambodia and you're ready to pack your bags and go. So you've got two options. You can go online and you can apply for your tourist visa or your ordinary e-visa. If you make the mistake and you apply for the tourist visa first and you think you're all Jim Dandy and you show up at the airport and you get your stamp and now you're in as a tourist, you got 30 days to either extend it and stay another 30 or you got to leave. And then let's say your little happy butt walks into a visa agency and you say, hey, look, I want to extend this I want to turn it into a retirement visa because I love the country so much and I want to stay. And they're going to say, sorry, we can't do that. This is a tourist visa. You're going to have to leave the country, come back on an ordinary visa first, and then we'll transfer you to a retirement visa. Did you hear what I just said? You have to leave the country first, go back online, reapply for the ordinary visa, and spend another $45 because they're both roughly $35 to $45. Tourist visa is about $36 online. And an ordinary visa is $45 online. But you got to leave the country. Now, does that mean you have to go back to your home country? No. What that means is you need to cross the border somehow. You need to be out of Cambodia. So you can either go to the home countries, which is Thailand, Laos, or Vietnam. But let's face it, who wants to spend extra money on a bus ticket or a plane ticket or one of those, they call it tourist buses, where they'll do a border run for you, and then you got to go out, spend $200-300 to go out, plus the cost of renewing to get the right visa and then come back in. Or in this case, since you can do it online and you don't need anybody's help, you still got to go out, and you probably have to like hang around at some hotel for 3 or 4 days waiting on your ordinary or e-visa to come through your email so that you're legal eagle, and then you can go fly or bus back into Cambodia. Me personally, I would rather do it right and get the E or the ordinary or the business visa, which is all one thing, before I flew into Cambodia. Okay, now that we got the tourist business out of the way and that you know not to do that, what visa should you get before you come into Cambodia if you want to retire? And that is your E visa, your E for egg visa, your egg nest visa. Just think of it that way. Now you're going to hear the E visa called a business visa and an ordinary visa. It's all one visa, as I mentioned before. So don't freak out and think you got the wrong visa. Why Cambodia does that, I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to deliver the news to you and what they do. So how much does it cost? Well, again, and I'll put the link to the correct website that I want you to go to, because there are scammers out there and I want to make sure you get the right website. I'll put it on the screen. I'll also put it down below in the video description. You go on the official Cambodian website, you apply for the ordinary visa, which is the E visa, or the business visa. You pay approximately $45 online, and you wait about three days to a week, give and take your location, and then you get it. You get it on, through your email. And I think they're going to ask you to print it out. It would be safe if you can print it out and take it with you to the airport. Or you can do this, and it costs it costs roughly $36 to $45, somewhere in that range. Depends on fees and such like that, and it always fluctuates based on the conversion currency. So from whatever country you're in, just keep that in mind. Now, if you decide to actually go to the airport, let's say you want to just fly in, you don't want to mess with it online, you can do that. You can go to the airport and you can technically get what they call a visa on demand. But they don't take credit cards, they want cash. Now, Cambodia takes the good old American dollar. They work with two currencies. They take the American dollars and they have their own currency, which is called reals. They don't want the reals because, let's face it, $35 in Cambodian money is a buttload of money. The conversion rate roughly is 4,000 reals to $1 US. So you figure it out, okay? So your best bet is to get 2 crispy $20 bills, American US dollar bills. And they have to be crispy, and they have to be clean. They cannot be bent, torn, or written on, or old or worn out. They will not take it. Why? I don't know. They're picky, okay? So you can do that. So you got your 2 crispy $20 bills, you roll up, you go in line, you fill out an application for the visa, and you get your visa. But I don't know about you. I mean, I did mine online. I flew, it took me 2 layovers and 3 flights to get from Florida to Cambodia. And by the time I got into the Phnom Penh airport, I was so done with travel and so wiped out. The last thing I wanted to do was get into a visa immigration line for God knows how long. And I saw there was a line of people. And then hope they take my cash so that I don't have to go find an ATM and take out more cash that's actually crispier and go through that whole process when I just landed. No, I would rather just do it online and get it over with, okay? So that's my recommendation to you, is just get the crap out of the way. Just do it online, pay the $36 or $45, whatever it is, and then you've got your visa. Now, what is the purpose of an e-visa? Well, number one, if you plan to actually work in Cambodia, let's say, it's the street vendors rolling through. Anyway, if you plan to work in Cambodia, you actually have to, it is a requirement to actually have an e-visa, an ordinary visa, or a work visa, or they call it a business visa, or they will not allow you to work in Cambodia. So keep that in mind. And that's initially what I came in on. My whole sole purpose of coming to Phnom Penh, and I'm not going to go deep into it because you can watch one of my older videos about teaching English when you get to Cambodia, and you're going to learn my entire journey from A to Z. But the initial thought of me coming to Phnom Penh was not really to retire, but was to work. But it didn't work out that way. So now I'm on an e-visa at the moment because that's what I needed to work out here. And I renewed it again because at the time I had a job. So I renewed it again for 6 months. And yeah, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, I'm still not working out here. I'm living off my pension. So technically I don't need an e-visa. I'm gonna look into actually getting my ER visa or my extended retirement visa. And that's what you need to do. So just keep that in mind. Now for the e-visa, let's say you do want to try to stick it out and work. They have different levels. You can get a 1-month extension after you get it online. You can do 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months, okay? But just remember, just because you keep renewing it maybe every 3 months or every 6 months or every 12 months on a business visa and you're not working, the government is gonna, they're gonna raise an eyebrow and they're gonna be probably wondering, the visa agent, why aren't you just getting a retirement visa? Because I mean, let's face it, it's a little more money to go for the retirement visa for them. So you want to keep that in mind, and you don't want to be on their radar. So you want to fly straight when it comes to that, and just do the right thing and get the retirement visa if that's what your goals are. Okay. Now, how much is the cost? All right. So the retirement. We'll go into the retirement visa in a minute. The actual ordinary visa is going to cost you for 6 months, roughly anywhere from $150 to $170 to actually renew it. If you want to go 12 months, I read somewhere it costs up to $300. So $250 to $300. Why that range? Well, number one, it depends on where you're going to renew it. Are you going to be in the big city in Phnom Penh, where I'm located, or are you in a smaller town like Siem Reap? Location makes a difference on cost. Number two, what visa agent are you going to use? Each visa agent is different, okay? They all charge different prices. Now, this brings another case in point. A lot of people are scared that they're going to get scammed from a visa agent, and they don't know where to go to a reputable person so they don't get ripped off. Because let's face it, They have a base rate, like I said, of about $150 to $250 for immigration. That's their set fee to get these renewed visas. But the agents can charge what they want. And if you're green and you don't know, I mean, you might spend up to an extra $100 that you don't need to be spending, because most of them really only charge you $10 or $20 extra to take care of the paperwork for you. Now, another thing you can do is you can just go to the immigration department yourself and maneuver the bureaucracy and the red tape and hope you get somebody in there that speaks decent English and not get jacked around. You might save a few dollars if you do it yourself, but in my opinion, I don't want the hassle, and I don't want to get jacked around, and I don't want to overspend. So I would rather go to somebody to have it done. Now, who's a reputable visa agent? Well, from what I've heard, again, shout out to my friend Sherry from Canada. She went through, she's one of my YouTube fans, she went through an outfit called RTS Asia Travel. And I'll put that up here. RTS Asia Travel, I'll put it in the description as well. And I looked online, they actually have good reviews, and she even said that the process was super easy. She had no hassles, and it was straightforward, and she got her business visa. So no problems, right? Now me, I sort of have an inside girl, okay? All right, let me tell you this story. So when I initially thought that I was going to be an English teacher, I went through an Australian outfit called AVSC, and they're the ones that will take people in to train you to be a teacher, and then they help you find a job, right? Well, part of the program and the curriculum is that they will help you with your visas and a place to live, right? So Jing is my girl, Jing. She's part of the outfit, and I still have her phone number on my Telegram. They use Telegram and WhatsApp out here, so remember, use a Telegram or WhatsApp app on your phone. It's free to download. So anyway, she's like, hit me up whenever you need to renew your visa, I'll take care of it for you. And she doesn't charge me anything, although I think she's gonna charge me $10 this time, because I just hit her up recently. I was like, hey, yo, my business visa is up for renewal in a month. I'm thinking about switching to a retirement visa because I'm technically not working. What do I need to do? How much is it? I just want to do 6 months for now because I've already been here 6 months, right? So that's another thing I want to tell you is, like, you might just want to test the waters. Roll in on an ordinary visa for 6 months. Boots on the ground, get an apartment, get a feel for the old girl, like I say, you know, understand the culture, how they operate out here. Maneuver around. Maybe you don't like Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh's not for everybody. This is a gritty city, and unless you're a city rat, you're not gonna like it out here. You might like the slower pace, smaller town like Siem Reap, where it is a little bit cheaper to live. Everybody's got their own place, okay? Like, I'm not trying to convince you to come to Phnom Penh. That's up to you. But yeah, depending on who you go to, what they charge on fees, how long do you want the ordinary visa? 6 months, 12 months. Oh, and another thing, do you want a single entry or do you want a multiple entry? What does that mean? I'll go circle back to Jing in a minute, but okay, single entry is basically what it is. You come into Cambodia one time and you have no plans of leaving ever for travel, okay? But if you actually feel like you might get the little travel bug and you're like, no, I might want to hop over to Thailand, or I might want to hop over to Laos, or I might want to go to Vietnam, head to the beach, and then you hop out on a single visa and then you try to come back in, no bueno, they ain't gonna let your butt in. They're gonna say, you're on a single visa, sorry, you gotta reapply for another visa But if you got the multiple visa, they call it the multi-visa, then you're allowed to go in and out of the country freely with no hassles. Now, how much is the difference? You know, honestly, if you pay for your visa by the year, the difference is $2 a month. I mean, same thing like if you go for the 6 months like I'm going for, it's $170. It's roughly $1 extra a month to do a 6-month ordinary visa. So it's no big deal. It's really what you decide to do. But anyway, I'm going back to my girl Jing. I says, what do you need from me? And she says, well, all I need is your passport, your old visa, and I need the cash. And see, I already have a $15 credit with her because when I last went to her, I didn't have exact change because, you know, I don't have a Cambodian bank out here. It's my choice. I'd rather do everything in cash or use my credit card. So she's like, just bring me, you know, US dollars, get as close to the total as you can, whatever I owe you, I'll just say it's a credit, and when you come back to me, we'll subtract the credit off the new amount, which is what she's doing for me. So she quoted me initially $170 for a 6-month multi-visa retirement. Then she came back to me and said, sorry, my bad, it's actually $180. Are you okay with that? And I'll apply your $15 credit. So it'll be only $165 for you. I said, yeah, I'm fine with that. So I really think she tacked on another $10 because she didn't charge me that much last time, but that's cool. She's a good girl. She takes care of everything, no problem. So I get on Telegram and I ask Jing, I'm like, hey, I've read online that in order for me to get my retirement visa, I actually have to provide proof of my pension, because I told her I'm on a pension now. What documentation do you need? Well, my girl says to me, she goes, I don't need proof of your pension. Just bring me your passport, your old visa, and $165. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, I don't need it. So then I'm like, okay. So I didn't even ask her, like, there was another thing I read online that said that some visa agencies may actually ask you for proof of finances as well, like a bank statement. But they said for people that are 55 or older that are applying for the retirement visa, they usually won't do that. But the one thing that they did say that they would need is proof of your pension. I think, and I don't know, maybe this is just my opinion, you know, drop a comment if you think if this happened to you when you applied, but I think since she's already done my visa extensions twice for me, that they already have like my paperwork on file, and she didn't even ask me for like additional passport. Vroom, vroom. I love neighborhood sounds. She didn't even ask me for any additional like passport pictures. Like it said online that you needed 3 passport pictures with your passport and your old visa and proof of pension and possibly proof of finances. But she didn't tell me any of that. So like I said, I'm not renewing until the end of July, possibly early. Well, I'm gonna do it the end of July because my visa actually expires, I think, the first week of August. So I know it takes her about a week and a half to do it. Like, how does she do it? Let me just tell you, she doesn't work for the immigration company. Like I said, she works for this outfit out of Australia that teaches people to be English teachers, right? But she knows somebody who does work in the immigration department. I think she said it was her brother, if I'm not mistaken. So what she does is she just like collects it there in her office, and then I guess her boss is cool with it, and then she hands it off to her brother who works in immigration or knows somebody, I don't know. But anyway, they do it fast, efficient, no hassles. I've been legal, no problems. So like I was gonna say, I will find out if when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I'll have to do a follow-up video. Did she actually need proof of my pension and finances? I'll have to let you know. But for right now, as it stands, she told me no. So let me know if you've already been out to Cambodia and you've renewed and you're 55, did they ask you for proof of pension? I'd like to know. I'm curious about that. So like I said, I mean, you can ride on the retirement visa. Let's say you want to come out here and you know for sure you've done 6 months, maybe on your ordinary visa, and you're like, man, I love this place, I'm staying. So then you go for the 12-month retirement visa. Now it's going to cost you about $300 to get, or you can, excuse me, my voice is going, or you can go ahead and just get the 6-month again and renew your retirement visa. If you're low on cash, you might want to just do, like she quoted me, $180. So you're going to save about $120, right? It all depends on what you plan to do. Do you want the single entry? Do you want the multiple entry? Do you want to renew it in Penh, or are you in Siem Reap, where it might be cheaper? Tomato, right? Whoa! This is super windy. Holy smokes. I think there's a storm coming. Yeah, anyway, you're experiencing what I am, and it's starting to rain. But let's wrap this video up. So, I know this is a lot of information, and I just want to let you know you don't have to remember all of this, okay? I actually made a 1-page PDF guide just strictly on the ER visa that I'm going to gift to you, okay? In exchange for that transfer, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you, I'm doing some research of my own. I want to know if you are planning retirement soon, or let's say you are retired and you want to come to Cambodia, I would like to know that. I have a 5-question quiz that's attached to this freebie giveaway. I just need you to answer those 5 questions. It's super easy. It's a yes or no, no-brainer question. Let me know where you are on your retirement journey, please. And let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you fulfill that journey. That's part of the questionnaire. And in exchange for your time and your email address, then I will go ahead and send you that free Retirement Cambodia guide so that you have it. It's on your phone. Anytime you need the information, you've got it right there. Hey, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on as usual. And if you want to learn more about the cost of health insurance in Cambodia, then you don't want to miss this next video. Good talk. See you in the next one.